On this bumpy beer tasting from Wormtown Brewery out of Worcester, Massachusetts, I have Hoppiest. The Hoppiest is a triple IPA. Can art's pretty cool there. Really like that blue color. That's like my favorite color, blue. Let me just read the back real quick. It says, a tribute to the underground music scene that gave Worcester its earthy nickname. The Underground series celebrates the electric and revolutionary tastes of our beloved city, the hoppiest of them all. We originally created this recipe in honor of our 5th anniversary, and the response was overwhelming. This full-bodied beer is double dry hopped, creating huge flavors reminiscent of pineapple, candied fruit, and citrus for a surprisingly smooth triple IPA. A piece of mass in every glass. And this is about a month old at the time of this tasting. This one comes in at 10.7 ABV. So it is a little bit chilly in my house, so hopefully this will warm me up a little bit. But let's go ahead and pour it into a glass and put it through a little tasting and see what I think about it. For a disclosure, I do want to say everybody feels differently about beers. I mean, you know, I have the groups of people that are gonna all kind of agree on certain flavors and things like that. But I mean, there's sometimes certain people can pick out different notes. Sometimes you might like something differently. You know, it's like mushrooms. You know, not everybody likes to eat mushrooms. I like mushrooms. My wife doesn't like mushrooms, so if I make a meal like with a mushroom gravy, I'm gonna love it. She's gonna hate it. So if I say that the beer isn't quite for me, it doesn't mean that it's a bad beer. It's just my own personal taste on it. Take some of the flavor notes and stuff that I talk about. I don't pick up everything. I don't know what every single flavor is. So please just take this whole thing with a grain of salt. Basically, you just get to maybe see a beer that you haven't tried yet, and I might either tip you in one direction or the other, but always go with your own personal feelings on the beer itself. Don't always trust somebody else's palate. So, all right. With that said, let's go ahead and look at this beer. It does have a very rocky white head, so there is some medium large bubbles in there. Coloration of the beer itself is kind of this deep gold orange. It does have some haze to it. Good light shining through. But all right, it looks quite nice. I'm gonna go in for the aromas now. All right, and the aromas to me, what I'm picking up, first kind of get like a bit of a bready note coming out of the grist. Might be kind of on the maybe like a rye type bread, so a little bit of spiciness that could be coming from yeast or hops in this as well. But I pick up a kind of a papaya type note, very slight amount of pineapple, and it's kind of pretty much herbal and earthy. This one does seem very down to ground level. Doesn't seem super tropical in the aromas. It's more to me on the those less citrusy type tropical fruits. So you get like the papaya, which is still tropical, but it just kind of has it's more mellowed down. type, almost going to like the earthy type characters. So that's what I smell out of this one. It smells decent. Interested to see what it tastes like, and see if that 10.7% ABV is hidden in this at all. So first swig, cheers. All right, the flavors in this one, it's quite earthy. I get earthy notes. I get like a rye spice, bread, all from the malt. I don't know if they used rye in this, but it definitely tastes like they did. I'm not able to pick out any citrus in the flavor of this one. Absolutely zero pineapple. This is very much on the earthy side. And to finish it off, I'm left with this piney bitterness, and it kind of grows after, like I'm talking now, and the bitterness just seems to keep growing and growing and lingering on. Seems to have a medium to full body for the mouthfeel. It's very wet. And has like a medium carbonation. I'm enjoying this one. I like it. It is different from the big juice bombs and stuff. It is, probably an acquired taste. But like I said, I kind of like mushrooms and stuff earlier on. So yeah, I'm kind of down with some of the earthy notes. If that's kind of what the beer is going to be. Sometimes it's just all over the place, and you get like kind of this like there's some citrus, and then it goes. Sometimes it doesn't mix for me. This one's pretty decent. I would definitely give it a try if you are down with that umami, right? So cheers, and thank you guys for watching.